World Financial Group offers entrepreneurs from all backgrounds the opportunity to start their own business on a level playing field. Dr. Yana Woodhouse, receiving the WCM Wall Street Pioneer Award by the United Black Wall Street of America, Inc., is one of those entrepreneurs.
I see WFG and TFA as a place where African Americans with an entrepreneurial mindset can flourish. And the bonus, we help families and serve the communities across the country.
To learn more about us, go to worldfinancialgroup.com.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.
Hello, and welcome once again to another fantastic Tuesday. We're your host, the Dress Down CEO of Leverage Credit Recovery and Leverage Your Score. Is coming to you live from Yonkers, New York, where we do what we do best, which is help you navigate these financial challenges that you might have find yourself in due to whatever the circumstances may be. It doesn't matter at this point, ladies and gentlemen. It does not matter. Whatever the circumstances may be, it doesn't matter. It's now time to recover from these mishaps. And I can tell you right now, there's a lot of things that you do not know about Equifax TransUnion Experian. There's a lot of things that you do not know about your credit report. And today we want to clear up some of that misunderstanding. Today we are going to give you somewhat of a glimpse into a playbook as to how you can start making these recovery understandings. I want to make it abundantly clear, ladies and gentlemen, you can't fix nor repair credit. Okay? You can't fix it, you can't repair it. You have to recover from past behaviors. And once you understand that you can't fix it or repair it, that you have to recover, you'll start seeing the return on your investment. So again, I want to thank you, everyone who has made time to be here today. I want to thank you for those who might go back and view this at a later time frame. Please do your due diligence. Let's end 2025 with gifting yourself an exceptional credit profile. Go into 2026 and beyond knowing that your financial situation, when it's related to your credit, is A1. No one should have less than perfect credit today. No one. Especially with individuals like myself, experts in this area who understand what we have to do. Good evening, how you doing? What we have to do to get you to that next level. And all we want to do is get you to that next level. And these types of shows where we are offering it to you for FREE. And I've come to understand that people discount free, but I don't know why. I don't know why we take free information and think it's not valuable. It very much is. And I am so pleased to be able to do what I do. I'm so grateful to be part of Soul City Network that offers this programming for our viewers on Verizon, on Roku, on Fire TV, on a variety of Amazon, on a variety of different outlets where we making sure that those who want the change, want the results, want the exceptional credit profiles. Well, this is why we're here doing it. So I want to thank everybody who has already made the time. And if you haven't, reach out to somebody. If you are already in, reach out to somebody and say, hey, he's on again. He's doing that stuff. But today, there is a war. Soul City programming are available nationally on Roku, Amazon, Fire TV, and Apple TV, and right here on YouTube as well as on Facebook. So there's no reason in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, that you can say, well, there was nobody there. I didn't know what to do because nobody was willing to offer me the information. Not only are we offering it to you, we're here every single Tuesday, along with other fabulous, amazing talents that equally share this same platform that I share on a variety of different days. You got to tune in, folks. There's no reason why we're going to go into the next year and you don't have a footing into how you can recover from past misunderstandings when it comes to your credit. And we're going to be talking about a variety of different topics. But today, there's a war going on, ladies and gentlemen. There is a war going on inside your credit profiles, and you need to know how to recover information that is inaccurate. We're not going to use the word dispute because that is a technical word that, if you think about it, that means you did something. And a lot of what's in your credit profile is not you and how you did it. There's a lot of ambiguity inside your credit profile that Equifax, TransUnion, Experian will manipulate. The creditors, the debt collection companies, the law firms, they're all in on it. And if you don't start doing your part, and let's congregate together, get more of us in the fray, we're going to get the results that we need. And we should do it by the hundreds. We should do it by the thousands. These one-on, one-off, one-on, twosies and threesies, it's still moving the needle, but it's not moving the needle fast enough. I can break one pencil, two pencils, three pencils. But if I put 50 pencils or 100 pencils together, that's going to be very hard to break. So ladies and gentlemen, as you get ready to gift yourself this year, gift your kids and gift the loved ones, make sure that you gift yourself the understanding of improving your credit profile as you move into that new year. All right, so today's topic is we're going to be talking about the Credit War Manual. How do you use this information to start recovering from past misunderstandings? So if we can go ahead and put up those slides, let's go ahead and get this show started. So we are now real ones in the room, Wealth Lab, and we're exploring a bunch of different avenues with titles and things of that nature. And hopefully you can help us with creating a engaging, a self-help understanding title that would draw in more individuals so that we can, again, we want to help the masses, whether you live in Yonkers, whether you live in New York State, whether you live across this country. We know what you're going through. We are the experts. We are the professionals. We are the ones who have put blood, sweat, and tears and hours, hundreds of hours into our specialty to make sure that we can deliver to you upon your request. And you can hold us accountable because we're going to be holding you accountable to making sure that you're executing so that you can see the success that you need. But again, pose your questions. If you have any, you can pose them on YouTube, and we'll answer those questions as the session is ongoing today. So again, thank you for making the time, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to educate you on how you can improve your credit profile in a short period of time so that you can start taking advantage of the richest nation on the face of the planet. And we're living in the most prosperous time frame. So here we go. All right. So what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about legal demands for validation. We're going to be talking about full disclosures and immediate corrections. Good evening, Sade. How you doing, love? Accuracy is not optional. It is federal law. So why are you settling for less than that? Well, I can understand why you could be settling for less than that is because, again, you may not know the particulars behind how do I go about making sure that these items are getting removed, especially if they're items that, again, should have already been taken care of, whether it's a collections, whether it's a late payment, whether it's a charge off. It doesn't matter. Adverse items can come off as long as you stay consistent, but you got to know how to do that. All right. Presented by yours truly, Tyrone Glover, the Dress Down CEO of Leverage Credit Recovery and the executive director of Yonkers Young Entrepreneurs. So we are making it happen, and all we want to do is bring more people into the fray. All right, here we go. All right, so the purpose of this master class is to explore the credit reporting system. Oh, excuse me, expose, my apologies, expose the credit reporting system to empower consumers with federal laws. Again, there are so many federal laws out there that protect you, the consumer. But if you don't know your rights, you don't have them. So it's really important to understand. Deliver a four-letter escalation sequence. How do we create the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one? And if you have to, what comes next? That means lawsuit. You've done your part and you're checking off them boxes and you're notating the information that you are sending out, whether it be directly to the creditor, whether it be directly to the credit reporting agencies. It doesn't matter. As long as you have full documentation of how you are navigating this space, you go into court, and this is the beauty of it. You're going to go into court and you're going to win. That's the beauty of it. Because a lot of times you're going to be dealing with institutions that do not have full chain of custody. They do not have the information to validate it. They're waiting you out, hoping that you do not stay consistent. Our job is to keep you consistent. Our job is to work together so that we can understand. We do 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, there are so many of you out there going through the same type of understanding. Less than perfect credit, less than perfect credit. That should not be as we navigate into a brand new year. You're talking to someone who's been doing this for over 20 years. And I'm super excited to be able to continue to keep doing it. All I'm doing is getting smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. I check out the laws. I listen to the law firms that also equally are doing this space, but I'm finding out that most of these law firms, general practitioners, they just have that ESQ, so that gives them a bit more authority than somebody who has more knowledge than them. And that's why it's so beautiful when a client or a consumer can go into a courtroom and slay a lawyer, all because the lawyer had ESQ but didn't have enough knowledge about why they were even there. They're looking to bank, and your job should be looking to get them where they lie for the abuses that they are using. So it's a wonderful thing. You got to want it, ladies and gentlemen. You got to want it way more than we who are presenting it to you. And I'm telling you, if you have the same amount of passion about making sure that you are correcting and recovering from past credit behavior, you're gonna reap the benefits. It's just that simple. All right. So we're gonna equip you with the CFPB, Consumer Financial Protections Bureau, along with the AG, Attorney General's complaints. How do you file those more adequately, or how do you just add that to your challenge letters? And you see how I use challenge versus dispute, because dispute means you did something. If you look up the definition, you'll see it. So you're disputing something that you did and hoping to get some resolution from it. Well, if you challenge it, you're challenging the validity. And we're finding out that I'm going to not go as high as 99, but 97% of the information in your credit report has an error somewhere. It has an error somewhere. And all the laws that protect us are about accuracy. So if there's an error, there is no accuracy. That is where you have an upper hand. And all you have to do is identify it and then challenge it. And lastly, a blueprint to force deletions. Simple, easy. And I tell my students all the time, simple, easy. We're doing some math today, and it's so funny when you can get them to see the light bulb come on, because they're walking into a blackened room, and we were doing powers of 10, and it's so beautiful when a fifth grader gets that epiphany, like, what? Are you kidding me? Is this easy? Yes, it is. And so is credit recovery. It is that easy, but you have to stay consistent. All right. So the truth they never tell you: credit bureaus do not work for consumers. You think Equifax TransUnion is working for you? You think they're getting all of these billions of dollars? They're getting it from you because you're buying into a system that you should not be buying into, but you're not holding them accountable. You know who they really work for? They work for big business. They work for the banks. They work for those who know that if we keep you subservient to, then you're going to, again, be saddled with a 28% interest credit card. You're going to find yourself in subprime mortgages. They have created multiple avenues to keep the marginalized, the working poor, the ever eroding middle class in their space that they and us should not be in. And the only way for us to get out of that is we're going to have to unify. We're going to have to do things in sequence together, the masses. Then you're going to start seeing the return on your investment. And this is all this is. This is a investment, and you need to get a return on that investment. All right. They profit from inaccurate data. And as I just said, 97% of the information in your credit report, you give it to me, I will guarantee find some error. And that error is costing you in the thousands, if not in the hundreds of thousands. It's costing you. It's costing you your peace. It's costing you your mental understanding. It's costing you in so many ways. But once you get that clarity, then you really start seeing, wow, now I'm able to start living versus just existing. The system functions exactly as designed against you. The more you understand, the more you grow, the more you learn, the more you become independent to fight back. And you're not going to do it by yourself. You're going to have a wealth of individuals, a wealth of talent who knows how to navigate this. All we're asking you is just, again, I'm going to use that word over and over and over, consistency. Consistency is the word of the day. You stay consistent in this process with the 4 letters and then taking it to that next level with a lawsuit. Don't just throw out a blanket understanding that I'm going to sue. No, move forward with it. I'm telling you, they don't want to go to court. You think you're afraid to go to court because you may have to take a day off? They are equally more afraid of going because that becomes public record. And they do not want to have, oh, I had to go to court for another era. I had to go to court for another era. And we're going to prepare you so well, better than well. If you think our letter process is good, wait till we prepare you to go to court to slay someone who doesn't have the right information to be there anyway. They're just hoping that you don't show up. All right. So we're prepared. Question is, are you prepared to take it to the next level? All right. So the 3 power players, you have the furnisher. That's the individual who is putting it on your credit report. You have the credit reporting agencies. Those are the ones who are making billions of dollars. Equifax, $1 billion company. TransUnion, $1 billion company. Experian, $1 billion company who have been fined millions of dollars in fees. Hundreds of millions if you really want to boil it down to it. But if you make billions of dollars, do you think getting fined millions of dollars is going to deter you? Actually, there's a component in there that actually emboldens them because they are a business, so they get to turn around, they get to write it off. So if I'm being penalized, then I get to turn around and write off the penalty, then how am I being penalized? Where is the enforcement? There is no enforcement. It emboldens them to do more. So ladies and gentlemen, again, you are getting gold nuggets. Actually, I'm dropping gold bars, ounces. And I'm hoping that you're scooping them up as they keep coming. All right. And then you have you, the consumer. You, the consumer, the one who is actually being the sacrificial lamb. So if you want differently, you're going to have to understand how to go about getting that what you want. So why inaccuracies happen? Automation, sloppy transfers, false reporting, e-Oscar misuse, lack of oversight. All of that is affecting how your credit looks. If you're in the 600, it's part of something right there. If you're in the 400s, something right there in front of you. Clearly, if you're in the 300s, then that means you're probably just starting out, but you shouldn't be there either. So we need to make sure that you understand your report is being affected by things that are outside of your control. But if you do not address them, if you do not call them out, then they're going to constantly keep creating the uncertainty and forcing you into situations that you don't want to be in. All right. Inaccuracies equals profit. but they don't mean profit for you. It means profit for the industry. All right. So as the program goes on, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question while I'm going through any of these particular items, please do not hesitate. If you also want a copy of these slides or this PowerPoint presentation to do a home session, please let me know. Send me an email, leveragecreditrecovery@gmail.com, youngentrepreneurs@gmail.com, and we'll be more than happy to get these out to you. You can go to Soul City on Facebook or on the variety of methods that Soul City has available for you and us to send this out to you. All right, so your rights under federal law. There's the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. There's the FDCPA, the Fair Debt Credit Practice Act, which are, again, you can see here, there are a variety of codes and titles that you already have. The law is on your side. You don't have to wish and hope and pray. No, the law is there to protect you. And regardless of what administration may be or may not be in the White House, you still are protected by law. All right? If they can't prove it, what? They must remove it. Just that simple. But you have to stay consistent, because the first time letter, no matter how well it may be written, denial. Sometimes, again, they might say, well, you know what? Yeah, nothing we can do. Let's go ahead and remove that item. And even if they don't, you still follow through with the second one. A little bit more on the harsher side, you follow through with the third one. A bit more on the harsher side, you follow through with the fourth one. That fourth one is the hardest hitting one. And that's also saying if you do not by this time, and plus you have all the documentation that you should be receiving every time you send out a round. That first round should come back with a fresh, clean report showing the investigation and how that investigation went about. And if it doesn't, you're entitled to the second round. That second round, you escalate the understanding that they didn't do what you needed them to do in the first round. Again, you're getting your certified receipt. You're holding on to the return address, that it has to go to an actual person. So there's so much that's already working for you. You just have to want it more than those who are presenting it. And the industry is betting on you not to stay consistent. Well, I'm now betting on you to stay consistent, because I'm giving you the playbook. I'm giving you the information that you need. And if you can't do it on your own, I'm also here to walk you through, help you out as a for-profit business or as a nonprofit entity. So it's completely up to you. There is no more excuses. As we move into the next generation, there's no more excuses. There's no reason why anyone today should be subjected to less than perfect credit. Just that simple. All right, so harsh legal demand letter breakdown. Demand validation, contact chain of custody, investigators, name, deletion, written confirmation. Again, this is how you hold their feet to the fire. You're going to demand validation. And if they can't give you that, you're going to add into that contact chain of person. The contact, who are they talking to? eOscar is an automated system. And for the most part, these companies are already using AI. And they've been using AI prior to us even getting introduced to AI. Automated letters. You thought that the letter that you get back is being generated by somebody, meaning written by Susie, John, Mary, Tom. These are automated responses. And you may not know that they are, but I know that they are. And that doesn't work in the capacity in which we're supposed to be getting the contact information. Who did this investigation? Right? Chain of custody. These items move from one hand to the next hand, to the next hand, to the next hand. It's already out of the original creditor's hands. And that's the beauty of this whole conversation. The original creditor has already capitalized. And the beauty of that original creditor already capitalizing is that they can't sell your information. They can sell their data, but they have to redact all of your personal information because what? Think about it. You have rights. And one of those rights that you have is the freedom of information, that they can't use it any way that they want to use it. All right. Then you want to know about the investigators. Who are the individuals doing the investigation? You want to equally know about the deletion. Did it get deleted? If it did get deleted, where, how does it show up on your credit report as an item now being removed? And also the written confirmation. All right, the written confirmation. Once you have those things, then you can sit back and you can go, whoo, that's one item down. How many more do we still have to work with? Okay, structure of your dispute. Oh, yeah, we're diving deep in it today, ladies and gentlemen. This is the playbook. This is the way in which you get the item removed off of your credit report that will never come back again, because they have to notify you. And they're betting on us not to do this. They're betting on us not to stay consistent. When we get to that fourth letter, they're betting on us not to go to court. If they were to attempt to try to sue you for a debt, you got to show up. You don't show up, that's an automatic judgment. But our job is, as I said, to prepare you, to make sure that you go in, because they do not know what we or how we're preparing you. So they're hoping that you go in being a vulnerable consumer. Oh, no. Oh, no. So the nature of the dispute. All right. The citation, the validation, the requested action, the consequence, and the accountability. Those things are all in your first letter. Then in that second letter, it builds. It gets even more harsh in how we're delivering it. In that third letter, oh my goodness. That fourth letter, I wouldn't even want to receive a fourth letter. Not in the manner in which we're generating them. I would never want to receive a fourth letter. And let that be the understanding of if you had to go to court after that fourth letter. That first letter is going to lay it down pretty harshly about what they have yet to do. That second letter is going to highlight even more about what they didn't do in the first letter, where they had the opportunity. You get to the third and the fourth, what do you think a judge is really going to say to a law firm or to an Equifax, not Equifax Transient Experience, because they will never go to court. They'll just remove the items. But you get a lot of law firms and a lot of debt collection companies in NLNV. I'm sure you may or may not have heard of them, debt collection companies that are just reaping benefits off of someone else's work, but yet they're collecting. Law firms have jumped into this fray as well. So it's really important to understand. But as I said, nature of the dispute, citation, violation, required action, the consequence of if they do not do what they're supposed to do by law. And we're going to hold them all accountable. This is how we reclaim the losses of 7 generations. And we'll be talking about that in a future show. But think about 7 generations, 140 years, and how much money has been trickled up. How much trillions have been trickled up. And if we continue to keep going down that pathway with a variety of components, that is siphoning wealth from, as I said, the working poor, the marginalized communities, the ever eroding middle class. And you know who resides in there primarily? African Americans, Hispanics. Yes, poor white folks who think because they're white that they have some type of a upper hand. This, as I said last time, this is about the haves and have-nots. Okay, haves and have-nots. There is no more racial component that needs to be discussed, will not be discussed by us, because we know that that's not the true issue. There is a glimpse of it here, a glimpse of it there. But in this particular context in which I'm saying it, this is about the haves and the have-nots. And I am demanding upon everybody who's listening today and will be listening in future episodes, make yourself become a have. Do not subject yourself any longer to being a have-not. All right. So what furnishers must provide? Original contract, my apologies, ownership proof, chain of title, payment history, investigators' information. A lot of them don't believe that they have to provide that. Yes, you do. If I put it on my challenge letter, then you have to provide it by law. And if they don't, that's more of a reason why you now want to take them to court, because they're obfuscating or not abiding by what they agreed to abide by, which was the law. Just that simple. Doesn't matter how the item or what transpired, doesn't matter. An inaccuracy is an inaccuracy, whether you did it or whether you didn't do it. But we know how to navigate you through that space far more successfully than probably anyone else out there. And I'm not trying to take away from other individuals who are in this space. I'm complimenting them. I'm giving them kudos, major kudos, about how they are doing what they need to be doing by their clients, their family, their people that they're helping. So everyone in this space, you're my brother, you're my sister, you're someone that I want to work with. This is not about competing with anyone. There is more than enough individuals out there for us to do and everybody to eat. Everybody can sit at the table. But I can tell you right now, we're building our own table. And those who want to sit at our table, you are more than welcome. But you got to want it more than we do. And if you do, I'm here to tell you, it's going to work out for you. Okay? It's going to work out for you. So again, original contract, ownership proof, chain of title. That means it was in the original creditor's hand. It might have went to a debt collector, might have went to a law firm, went back to a debt collector. There are so many avenues in which they can continue to keep. So say you pay a little bit to one. Oh, you get one of those phone calls, or you agree to pay 60% because they're offering you such a great deal, and you fall victim to that without talking to someone like myself who's going to tell you, don't pay nobody. You don't owe a third party. The original creditor is not coming after you, even though they may try to highlight that on any type of document by showing it was Bank of America, or showing you it was Wells Fargo, or showing you that it was Chase, or whoever the entity may be. That original creditor had already collected due to the bad debt deduction. Remember that, bad debt deduction. We'll be talking about that in an upcoming series. All right. So again, payment history, investigators' information. You can't just tell me it was somebody and I don't have that personal contact of that somebody that I can talk to. Another violation. And every violation is $1,000. Every violation is $1,000. So create on just one credit report 5 to 10 to 15, 20 violations. And you're documenting all of these violations. You get into court, you have everything you need to walk out of court with the item being removed and potentially a paycheck in hand. Come on now. Everybody needs to know this information, especially if you have less than perfect credit. Oh, we're dropping bombs today. We're dropping gold nuggets. Gold nuggets. This is an airplane full of ounces of gold, and I'm hoping that you're reaping them up. I'm hoping that you're walking through and scarfing them up. All right, CRAs, credit reporting agency version. All right, so you got to demand real reinvestigations and initial investigation. The data, sources, disclosures, the verification, the methods, and again, going back to what we keep leaving out of it, which is who did the investigation. An automated system can't do no investigation. Just that simple. And we're allowing them to get away with not being able to tell us, Susie, John, Mike, Tom, Harry, doesn't matter. We're allowing them, due to a response that they send us, which is an automated response, which has no information on there about who the person was. Let's take that to court. You'll win. I'm telling you, you'll win. Consistency, folks. You're building a case. And as long as you stay consistent to build that case, if it does have to go before a judge, and we are even trying to advocate more for, we don't even want a one panel person making that decision. We want a jury of our peers. Oh, you know they don't want to deal with that. Come on now. You got it right here. You got it right here. Everything that you need. This is the playbook. And if you want this playbook, please let me know. Let me know. I'll be more than happy. So again, We're about 36 minutes into the program. If you have any questions as I'm going through this particular version here, please do not hesitate. Drop them questions in that chat so that we can answer them as we go through the next 20 minutes. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so 4-letter escalation system. All right. Letter 1, validation. Got to validate it. Please tell me that I see an error in my credit report and now I'm bringing it to your attention and I want validation. Accurate information, validation from an actual person who's going to reach out to these companies that had furnished this information to be on your credit report to begin with. Second one is going to be the violation notice. Within each letter, you're going to be telling them of what they are violating when it comes to your rights. Regulatory intent, CFPB, FTC, Attorney General, BBB. You got all of these regulatory bodies on the federal level and on the state level that you can equally use to your advantage. And don't allow an ESQ to jump in the way because they may think that they're smarter or better. I know a lady, 70-something years old, went into court because they were taking wages, garnishing wages from her bank account, knowing good and well that they should not do that. And she went into court, 70-something years old. This is my favorite story to tell, and there's many of them. But she went into court after we prepared her so well, slayed. And I like that word slay today. It's just it's rolling off the tongue so well. But went into court and handled her business. Walked out of there, big, huge smile, law firm looking at themselves, wondering, how did you allow for somebody who you should have been able to get over on? But this is what happens when you are properly prepared. Bottom line. All right. Then that last piece is pre-litigation. Pre-litigation. Yes, we're going to prepare you so well. You're going to have all the documents that you need as long as you're checking off the items as they're coming in, and whatever doesn't come in, that's more of a reason. You don't get a report back, meaning a credit report about the reinvestigation. Well, that's more of a reason why you need to continue with the second letter. You don't get a response back properly. I filled out or was challenging an item on my credit report. I didn't get a response back. I got something back about 2-3 weeks later, but it wasn't even from the United States. It was from Canada. So they're going to send me a response back saying, oh, you're not in our file. Well, of course I'm not in your file. I'm not Canadian. I'm American. But again, these mistakes happen over and over and over and over and over. And if you want to start reaping the reward of your hard work, then you're going to have to get in front of your credit report. You got to stop thinking that it's being repaired. You got to stop thinking that it's being fixed. That is not what transpires in this understanding. You have to recover. And once you start recovering, you're never going to find yourself back in that situation again. Guarantee you that. That's the one guarantee that I can give you, that you're not. Once you find yourself out of a 3, 4, 5, 600 credit score and you start finding your way into that 700 and 800, you're going to love living there because it opens up so many new pathways and new doorways. All right, so you got to track your data, deadline tracking, track sent dates, receive dates, deadlines, violation, missing documents. Once you start tracking this, again, you're setting yourself up for success because you're going to be able to put that into every single letter. I sent you the first letter on the 10th. You responded back maybe 2 to 3 weeks later. We know that they didn't do an investigation 2 to 3 weeks. We know that. We know they didn't do it. This is an automated response. So now they don't have the individual listed on it, so you can't even put the individual's name down. So now we know that, boom, they've already violated your rights. Then they don't remove an item because you have highlighted why the violation is. They're off by a penny. 1 penny is a violation. It doesn't have to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And as I said, the original creditor is not the one who's coming after you. So if the original creditor is still on that credit report with the original charged off amount, Late payments doesn't matter. Adverse is adverse, and it must be 100% accurate. There it is, right there. Okay, so track your data. All right, the CFP complaint. And this is another beautiful part of it. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau can penalize, fine, force correction investigations. All right, used when ignored. And you only want to do is it's a compounding effect. So you're sending out your challenge letters. You don't get the response that you need. Now you compound that with sending a report to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, sending a report to, and it's all going to be done together. You're not going to do one meeting a consumer, you're not going to do a challenge and then hold off on a CFPB report. No, you're going to do your challenge and you're going to prepare your CFB response should they not. So you're doing all of this simultaneously. And this doesn't take hours and months and weeks. Come on now. Nope. We prepare you so well that you can knock it out within 1 to 2 hours. Tops. Once you do it one, the next time is going to be 30 to 45 minutes. Once you do it the second time, the next time is going to be 15 to 20 because you're going to already have the templates, already have the information. So there's nothing holding you back from getting all of these inaccurate information off your credit report but you. All right, so the next thing that we're going to be doing is contacting the Attorney General if it's necessary. The Attorney General, the AG can investigate, reinforce, penalize, and mandate deletions. The law is on your side. Thing is, we're not executing it. We're not using it to our full advantage because, I got to go to work. I can't take a day off. If I take a day off, I might miss that pay. And I get it, and I understand it, and I hate that that is part of the United States. I was talking to a student yesterday, and I said, this is not the United States any longer. This is the divided states of unaffordability. The divided states of unaffordability for the working poor, for the marginalized communities that there are in abundance of states, for the ever-eroding middle class. And we can make it back into the United States of America. But the only way to do that is to start getting in front of some of these uncomfortable things that we think that we're powerless against. You're not. You have laws, you have rights, you have advocates, and you have professionals who know how to navigate that space. So I'm going to let you have the Christmas season. But after 2026, there's no one who can say, I didn't know. There's no one who can say there was nobody preparing me. Because we're going to not take that any longer. The help is here. Question is, do you want it? All right, so now that we have the evidence, the files, now we keep the letters, we screenshot the denials, denials and the damages, timeline, distress notes. So we have all of our information. We compiled our evidence. And the only thing left to do now is to take it to that next level. And I would love to see 25, 50, 100 people by, say, February 1st on this track. We take all this information. You're working with us. We're working with you. The community's coming together. We're going to get back our trillions. We're going to get back to that 750, 780, 800. We're going to get back to that 1%, 2%. We're not going to let the industries continue to keep robbing us of our dignity when it comes to our financial understanding. And there are multiple components that we're just touching let me rephrase that. We just got our toe in the water. We haven't even begun to get the knee in the water or the waist in the water. We haven't even got it up to chest high. But we're coming. We're coming for that reward. All right. So it's really important. We're going to forcing deletions. We're going to make sure that they remove these items from your credit reports. There's no ifs, no ands. Most furnishers fold due to lack of evidence or fear of regulatory lawsuits. Regulatory meaning the CFPB, AG, FTC. They're fearing them, and also a lawsuit. They do not, just like you probably don't want to be sued by a creditor who already collected, but yet because you don't know that they already collected, and now they're trying to sue you, not through their attorneys of that company, but through a third party who they have now sold your information to. You do not, and let me repeat this, you do not owe a third party that you have had no contractual relationship with. You do not owe a third party in which you had no contractual relationship with. NVLV, collection companies, law firms, they can say whatever they want to say. Go into court, put them under oath. They won't be able to say that anymore. But when they're sending you correspondences or when they get you on the phone and they tell you, oh, this is all going back to the original creditor, they're selling you a bunch of hoo-ha. Okay, get them in court where they have to, Your Honor, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Catch them in a lie in court. Oh, we should disbar some of them too, if that's possible. Why not? But we're taking back our ownership in our personal financial relationships. It's just that simple. All right, so we're about 12 minutes out. Still haven't had any questions, but that's cool. I know you're writing all this information down. I know that you probably will, whether it be today, whether it be tomorrow, whether it be in the upcoming shows. But we're always here to make sure that you have the best of information. All right, perfect. Thank you. So when to sue? When do you take them to court? Sue if all four letters are ignored and harm documented. Okay. Small claims is powerful. So sue if all four letters, they don't have to just be ignored, meaning they don't give you a response, but ignored is not deleting or removing or giving the information that we have asked for. That's ignoring as well. Small claims is powerful. $1,000 per violation. If you got 7, 8, 9 items on your credit report that you know are adverse and you know that they should not be there, and I can, and other individuals who work in this space can attest that they don't need to be there, and you've done your 4-letter process, oh yeah, let's take them to court. Let's collect. They don't want to go to court. They do not. That becomes public record. We start putting a lot of these law firms, debt collection companies in front of a judge. We have the documentation that we have prepared that will not be able to be scrutinized or challenged by any law firm. That's a win-win for you. So here you have it, folks. Okay? Here you have a playbook. Here you have the most important information to help you as you navigate through this Christmas season. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to go through the new year, but I want you after that new year, that first week after the new year, I want you to be sitting down having conversations with those loved ones about that. We're going to put ourselves on a new financial trajectory. And it starts with how you understand how money works, and equally how you rectify some of the things and the mishaps that are going on inside your credit report. We know that you can't go to your employer and demand more money or ask even for more money, because they're going to come with some sob stories, and that might even jeopardize your ability to hold that job, because we live now and work in at-will states. And we'll talk about that too. But again, leveragecreditrecovery.com, leveragecreditrecovery@gmail.com for that email. Yes, for that email. Also, equally again, please, Yonkers Young Entrepreneurs @gmail.com as well. So we have a variety of means of being able to connect with you, connect with us. Let us help you get to that where you need to be. My phone number also equally 805-428-9424. Yes, 805 is not a New York area code. I got my number in California eons ago, and there's no need to change it. If you can change it from company to company to company to company, it's just something that it's like my social security number. I know it inside and out. So 805-428-9424. About to wrap this up. We got 10 more minutes. So Real One's phone script. All communication must be in writing. Right? It must be in writing. Provide the investigator's name and the department. That's what you're going to be. If they can't give you who did the investigation, then clearly the investigation was done by an automated process. Violation. I'm telling you, the law is on your side. You have more rights. You have more protections. You have more means and ways of being able to navigate this space, watch those items drop off, reclaim your dignity when it comes to your financial understanding related to credit. No one should be entering in or ending the 2026 year with still having less than perfect credit. No one. And if you do, that's on you, because the experts are here. And we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing this. If you missed last week or the week before last, I was on 3 shows. And I loved it. Why? Because I'm knowledgeable. Why? Because I'm an authority in this space now. And people who come to me for information more than likely are going to go back into that space that they're in, and they're going to find out that, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. And I've already asked every single law firm, Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, you want to challenge me? The offer is always open for you to appear on this show any time of the week. If you are a law firm, if you are Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, if you are NV, if you are any debt collection company, it doesn't matter. You want to challenge my information? You have an open invitation any time of the week to join me right here on Soul City Network. And we can have it out. And if I'm wrong, I'm the first one to bow down and let you know. But I can tell you right now, 97% of what I'm giving you, check box, we good. And they will never take me up on that challenge. Never. Because they don't want to embarrass themselves. And I'm not about here to embarrass anyone. I'm here to set the record straight. Bottom line. We are consumers, and they know how to manipulate us because they've been doing it for decades, for generations. The jig is up. Okay? Working poor, the jig is up. Marginalized communities, the jig is up. Ever eroding middle class, the jig is up. It's time for us to reclaim our dignity when it comes to our financial understanding. All right, so the power of knowledge. Consumers lose due to lack of awareness. And the real ones know the law and the wins. It's just that simple. We know the law. We know how to position you so that you win from whatever the circumstances may be when it comes to your credit, as long as you stay consistent. As long as you do your part, you're going to win. It's just that simple. As I said, consumers lose due to lack of awareness. Nothing more. All right, so you are not powerless. You are prepared. This masterclass right here today was preparation. It was to help you now become a real one in the room so that you can demand compliance. It's just that simple. You took part in the conversation. You decided to be in the space where the conversation was being had, and now you are prepared. You were previously powerless, but now you have the ammunition. You have the material. You have the fortitude and the strength to now go out there and do what you must do. And whenever you need us, we are always going to be here to make sure that you are doing it correctly. Just that simple. So I want to always applaud you beforehand. I want to applaud those who are in this space equally, because as I said, this is not a competition. This is about us doing it the right way, making sure that the United States of America finds itself back there in that united space and not the divided space of unaffordability. So as we wrap this up, there's my contact information. Contact me, Mr. Glover, and the Real Ones Network. You got my contact information, telephone number 805-428-9424. You have the emails, mailing address. We are exploring, again, different titles and names. And if you can help us out with coming up with a fabulous, catchy, snazzy, in-your-face type of a title that would fit to what we do here, we would love it. We would love to engage with you. Click that QRC. If you have your camera in front of you, go ahead and scan that QRC. It'll take you right over to our link tree where you can have a variety of other areas. You got our social media. You know how to get in contact with us through the understandings of what our hours of operations are. We do sessions. We hold trading groups. We consultate. We bring in other experts. We're not the expert in insurance. We're not the expert in taxes. We're not the expert in real estate. We're not the expert in every single thing, but we do know how to connect with those experts. And one of the famous people that I love to always advocate and put out there for is Dr. Yana B. Woodhouse, Access Wealth Nation on Thursdays. I'm a credit guy, but Dr. Yana B., she covers a variety of other areas, and it is so great to be part of her ecosystem. And ladies and gentlemen, join that ecosystem. Become part of that ecosystem. You can find us on a variety of different social media platforms. All right? So there is no reason that anyone today and in the next upcoming year to say, well, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't sure. Go back, review these tapes. Go back and review these shows. But moving forward, the dignity that you want when it comes to your credit profile is now in your hands. Holding these companies accountable to now making sure that the inaccuracies are being removed from your credit profiles is now in your hands. And I can only implore you and implore upon you to make sure that you are having conversations within your household to make sure that our youth, the next generation, does not get saddled with the same misunderstandings that we were saddled with prior to now today. So you have everything that you need, and there's still more to come. So let me rephrase that. You don't have everything you need. You have as much as your brain can consume at this moment. Question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to sit on it, or are you going to use it to your advantage? Ladies and gentlemen, as always, my name is Tyrone Glover. I'm the Dressed Down CEO of Leverage Credit Recovery and the Executive Director of Yonkers Young Entrepreneurs. I want to thank you for making time to show us some love, because we appreciate and we admire your due diligence now that you have the information. So go out there, do what you must do, get through the holiday seasons. Happy holidays to everyone. Safe travels to everyone out there, to our vets, to our soldiers. Again, everyone going about their day-to-day, we are here to help you. So as always, be safe.
We are the sons and daughters of the soul. We are resilient and forever forward-thinking. We ask for nothing else than the opportunity to live and to create the lives that we were meant to live. We want nothing but an equal chance at options and possibilities. The same possibilities and options to live out our potential as our fellow man. We want to be heard, understood, and expressive in our reality. We are the future. We are the creative. We are here.